Leading up to the start of the college football season, I've been releasing my top 100 quarterbacks for the 2023 campaign. Every week, I've been releasing 10 quarterbacks as we get closer to number 1. Last week, we talked about the quarterbacks I had ranked 71 through 80. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the quarterbacks I have ranked 61 through 70. Before we get to today's video, make sure to smash that subscribe button and turn on those notifications if you're new to my channel. If you're watching this video, odds are that you love college football, and odds are you aren't subscribed to my channel. So make sure to subscribe to one of the best college football communities here on YouTube. I'm posting videos every day leading up to the start of the college football season, so make sure to subscribe so you never miss a video. Also, make sure to drop a like on this video as well. It helps out with that YouTube algorithm and helps share the video with more college football fans. Plus, it only takes a second to do. We'll kick off today's video with a quarterback who might have the best nickname in all of college football, Minnesota quarterback, aka the Greek Rifle, Ethan Kaliakmanis. After a decade of Tanner Morgan at the helm, the Gophers are going to have a brand new quarterback. He started 5 games for Minnesota last season. He wasn't asked to throw too much in his starts, so his numbers aren't as impressive as his play looked. On the field, he threw for just under 1,000 yards with 3 passing touchdowns. Again, the numbers weren't exactly there, but watch him play and you'll definitely be impressed. Plus, his nickname is the Greek Rifle, for crying out loud. Taking over at SMU will be Preston Stone. He sat behind Tanner Mordecai for a couple of seasons, and now he'll get a shot at being the starting quarterback. He's attempted only 55 passes over the last couple of seasons, throwing for 400 yards with 2 passing touchdowns. But Stone was a 4-star quarterback coming out of high school. He had a pretty prolific senior season, throwing for 3,500 yards with 38 touchdowns to go along with 500 rushing yards and 10 rushing scores. We've seen SMU quarterbacks light up the stat sheet before, and I got a good feeling he'll be the next. Who would have thought we'd have an Akron quarterback this high on the list? But here we are. DJ Irons was actually pretty damn solid for the Zips in 2022. He completed 67% of his passes while throwing for over 2,600 yards. Irons had 10 passing touchdowns and added 4 touchdowns on the ground, as well as 300 rushing yards. Akron is likely going to lose a lot of games in 2023, but it won't be because of bad quarterback play. I mean, he can only do so much. Graham Mertz is now at Florida after a pretty uneventful career at Wisconsin. If you want to have an average quarterback, then Graham Mertz is your guy. This will be his 5th season, so maybe 5th time's the charm. During his 4 seasons with the Badgers, Mertz threw for only a combined 5,400 yards. For a guy with 34 games under his belt, you'd certainly think that it would be a lot more. He surpassed 2,000 yards only once, which actually happened this past season. Mertz threw 38 passing touchdowns, with 19 of those coming this past season as well. For good measure, he also added 8 touchdowns on the ground for the hell of it. Again, he's not an awful quarterback, but he's not a great quarterback. I guess last season was the best year of his career, so at least he has some sort of momentum. You know, again, he's just average, and you know what? It's okay to be average. I'm pretty sure JT Daniels was on these lists when I started doing them back when I was in high school a decade ago. He's back for his 6th season at his 4th program. He's setting all kinds of records, but not the ones we were expecting 6 seasons ago. After spending time with USC and Georgia, Daniels' tenure at West Virginia didn't really go as planned. He appeared in 10 games, but only threw for 2,100 yards with 13 passing touchdowns. It was technically, though, the best season of his collegiate career, but the numbers were still pretty underwhelming. He got out of a Power 5 conference, so maybe the expectations and the pressure is going to be a lot lower, which will hopefully benefit him. Personally, I'm hoping he's able to finally light up the stat sheet in year 6. Connor Weigman will be getting his chance for Texas A&M in 2023. He played in 5 games last year and made 4 starts for the Aggies. He made his first career start against Ole Miss, setting a new Texas A&M true freshman record with 340 passing yards as he completed 28 passes with 4 passing touchdowns. Overall in the season, he threw for 900 yards with 8 passing touchdowns and 0 interceptions. He comes in with a lot of hype, as Weigman was rated as a 4-star recruit by all 3 major outlets and ranked as a top 5 quarterback in his class. Up next is Boston College's quarterback, EMMETT Morehead. He's been with the Eagles for 2 seasons and appeared in 10 games last year. In limited work, he completed 60% of his passes while throwing for over 1,200 yards with 10 passing touchdowns. He made a couple of starts and really lit up the stat sheet. Against Duke, he threw for 330 yards with 4 passing touchdowns. Against NC State, he threw for 330 yards again with 3 passing touchdowns. Then against Syracuse, he completed 76% of his passes for over 250 yards with 2 passing touchdowns. Give him a full season as the starting quarterback, and I really think he could put up some solid numbers and be a really sneaky quarterback in the ACC. DEQUAN Finn is back for another season at Toledo. He's been fantastic for the Rockets, especially over the last 2 seasons. Since the start of the 2021 campaign, Finn has thrown for 4,300 yards with 41 passing touchdowns. He's also added nearly 1,300 yards on the ground with 18 rushing scores. In 2022, Finn was second team All-MAC. He ranked 4th in the conference in passing efficiency and was 4th in total offense. He was the Boca Raton Bowl offensive MVP and the offensive MVP for the MAC championship game. He had one of the best games we saw from a college quarterback all of last year. In a win against Kent State, he threw for nearly 300 yards with 6 passing touchdowns, while also adding 100 yards on the ground with a rushing score. Gunnar Watson will be back for his 6th season with Troy. 2022 was by far his best season as he threw for nearly 3,000 yards with 14 passing touchdowns. Over the last 3 seasons, Watson has thrown for over 6,700 yards with 38 passing touchdowns. Over the last few years, he's thrown for at least 300 yards in 9 games and has 6 games with at least 3 passing touchdowns. We'll wrap up today's video with Syracuse's quarterback in Garrett Shrader. He's had a lengthy career as this will be his 5th season at the collegiate level. Shrader was solid in 2021, but really jumped onto the scene with his performance in 2022. In 12 games, he completed 65% of his passes for 2,700 yards. He threw 17 passing touchdowns and added 500 yards on the ground with 9 rushing scores. The year prior, Shrader rushed for 800 yards with 14 scores. He's one of the top dual-threat quarterbacks in all of college football, but yet it feels like he's flown very under the radar these last couple of years. Well, that wraps it up for the 10 quarterbacks on today's list. Was there a quarterback who I had ranked too high or ranked too low? Whoever it was, let me know in the comment section down below. Before you leave, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and turn on those notifications if you're new to my channel. I'm posting college football videos every day leading up to the start of the season, so make sure to subscribe so you never miss a video. Also, don't forget to drop a like on this video as well. It helps out with that YouTube algorithm and helps share the video with more college football fans. Plus, it only takes a second to do. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.